Hi everyone, and welcome to the March edition of The Green Room with myself, Laura Short, and my colleague John Mullen.
Hi.
So for this edition, I wanted to talk about the benefits of environmental reporting and accounting, because it's getting even more important now to actually submit a set of environmental reports alongside your financial reports at the end of the year. So I just wanted to go through a few of the whys, the benefits, and then also, because we like to be fair here, we are going to talk about some of the limitations and drawbacks that have come up in comments and things that we've read, and we want to try and address some of those and see if we can get a bit of a debate going about what other people think on it as well. So in terms of the why should you report and provide a set of environmental accounts? Well, first of all, compliance. I mean, we've got to look at the legislation behind why it's important, and certainly for larger companies under the SECR regulations, which came in 2019, it's now compulsory for larger non-SME organisations to report on their carbon footprint, their energy consumption, and then provide that as a report, basically like a financial report at the end of that period. And John, I mean, for smaller companies, it isn't yet compulsory, but we hope that it's going to become like that. It is voluntary at the minute. So what's your perspective on that?
I'm not worried about it necessarily becoming compulsory for the smaller companies, but if you want to do any work, and I really do mean any work with larger companies, you will have to be able to prove what you are doing to reduce the carbon output for both your company and, because of that, feeding into the carbon reporting for the bigger companies.
Yeah.
So
A huge issue at the minute, and actually reporting down that supply chain is becoming more important. So it's naturally going to bring those smaller companies into it as well.
yeah, you don't have a choice, to be honest with you.
No.
It's what we're trying to do is try to make it as easy as possible to collect the information, and from that you get accreditation and the certificate, effectively, to say this is what we're doing, this is how far we've progressed. And honestly, it's not that much work.
It's not really.
No.
And as much as the Green at Heart Award can help with that side of compliance, my favourite part of it is the fact that it can actually help you save money along the way. And that should
Definitely.
be a huge driver for businesses to provide an environmental set of accounts, because it shows you how much you can save, the projects that you're working on, and opportunities for future savings for going forward as well. And that's something we're working together on at the minute for a large company that wants to reduce their carbon footprint.
Yeah, and it's all the small little bits, putting them in place so that it happens naturally. It's like any development of any company. You start off, you're a little bit disorganized, but then you start to put procedures in place, procedures which control where your money goes to. If you don't have those procedures, you are throwing money away. So if we can help you get procedures which are going to save you money, everybody wins.
Exactly. Yeah. And as well as that, being able to demonstrate the credibility of your organisation through being transparent and being able to show your customers and your stakeholders that you perform to a certain environmental standard within those accounts, because there's quite a lot that goes into the reporting of that. Puts you ahead of the competition. It provides you with that positive corporate and social responsibility, which at the minute, we're seeing the way that companies are reflecting their interests within the Russia-Ukraine situation. They're pulling out. And of course, a company has to be responsible for its own reputation. So why not, as well as showing how much you care in terms of social accounting, show how much you care in terms of environmental accounting as well. and actually put that statement out there to show what you're doing for the environment going forward.
Yeah, it helps everybody to understand what sort of company you are.
Yeah.
It changes the perspective. It's like you've got one company in front of you and you go, yeah, how much do I know about this? Or you've got another company which all your friends are saying, yeah, that's actually a good company to work with.
Yeah.
Which one are you going to use? You're going to use the one that's got the recommendations. And that's what carbon accounting, that's what environmental accounting is doing. It's building your reputation for the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So addressing some of the limitations maybe and drawbacks, some of the negative comments that have been put out there in terms of environmental accounting. One of them is that there's quite a big inconsistency of data. What are your thoughts on that, John?
This is one reason why we've gone out of our way to find a accredited auditing system which defines how to measure.
Yeah.
And because of that, we know that tomorrow with a new client, we will be able to measure between two companies, between three companies, between four, all comparing against each other and learning from each other's mistakes.
Mm.
Whereas if it was just, this is my information on a spreadsheet, nobody has audited it, then you've got there's no way that you can compare the two. So yes, you need to find a solution which is audited.
Yeah, having that standardized system across your organization and across all organizations in the way that we complete those set of environmental accounts as well. And it needs to be standardized to overcome that inconsistency. Mm-hmm. And then one thing that really shocked me actually when I read it is that some people perceive it to have no real value or a questionable value against, say, the financial reporting that everybody has to provide. They don't see the value of environmental reporting. And I just wondered what your thoughts are with that one as well.
Well, let's put it this way. If an environmental report isn't helping you save money, then okay, you can say exactly, you can be as negative as you want about it. But if an environmental report is stopping you causing as much waste, causing you as much, or causing your clients more pain, then okay, then it's got value. More people will want to buy your goods because they know that there's a better quality.
Yeah.
Do you give your kid a toy which has got no CE marking on it, which is a quality mark, or do you give your kid a toy which has a quality mark? The one without the CE mark is probably a fire hazard, is probably got sharp edges in metal and the framework inside, all sorts of things wrong with it. But the one with the CE mark, you shouldn't have a problem with, and it should last you for quite a period of time. So those are the differences.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we would encourage anybody to actually get in touch with us and chat through maybe their concerns or their issues so that we can help reassure them that by providing that environmental report and that environmental statement that you are going to get an end benefit from it, and that it isn't just a piece of paper that gets filed away with all the other accounts that you have to provide. We actually want to make this a working document and a working action plan so that you can achieve those savings. Yes. So next month we're going to be talking a little bit more about this, and we'll make a little bit of a series to do with it. So until next time, it's bye from me.
And bye from me. Bye.